Hi guys, my name is Ferdy Korpshoek and in this tutorial I will show you how to create an amazing website using a free theme, using free plugins and using free stock images. This is the website we are going to create. A nice logo, a clean menu with a sub-menu like this. If I scroll down, you see that the menu will shrink a little bit. Here we have a beautiful slider. Here you can show some photos, a text about your company, what you do, and you can have a call to action if you want to. If I scroll down, and I want to show my services over here, photography, videography and web design. And I want to show some examples of images I make, about videos I make and websites I make. If you want to have more information, you can click on the button with the animation and then you go to one of these pages. Here you scroll down and you see the recent projects. So a website or a video. And if you hover over it, you see the text over here. And if you click on it, you go to that page. Here I have a fixed background again and I want to show what I offer. My services again, nice picture. And if I think I want this gap to be bigger or smaller, I just click on Edit with Elementor. I click on the section and I can say I want this to be higher or lower. And you see when I do it, it changes immediately. And that's amazing about this front-end editor. You see what you are doing. You can change the text over here. You can change the images if you want to. You can change the order. And if you do that, you see immediately the result. So that's how easy it works. Here we have the recent post, our latest blog post. And if you click on it, you go to the blog post. I scroll down and here I have the footer widget area. I will show you how to create an Instagram widget, a Facebook widget, a recent post widget and the latest project widget. And I have to say I don't like these colors. So if I want to edit the style of this page, I click on Customize. I go to Colors over here. And if I search for colors, I go to the footer. And I scroll down, I can see what I'm doing. So over here it says the footer widget area background. If I make this a different color, you see it immediately. I want to make it darker. And I still don't like this text. So I go to the footer widget area color and I can change this to a different color. For instance, almost white. And now it is changed. And here below I will show you how to change this text. You can even have a disclaimer link or a different link. I click over here and I go up again and then I can go to the About page and I will show you step by step how to create the About page with the amazing Elementor editor. I have a text over here, an image, nice background that is fixed. Here I want to show you my slogan with a background and my logo. And if I scroll up and I click on testimonials, I scroll down to the testimonials immediately automatically. So you can also use anchor links. You click on a link on the same page and you go to a certain area. So you can even create a one page with this amazing website. Some social media links. I go to services, a nice text over here. Again, this same area I will show you how to copy and paste certain elements in your website. And if I click here on more information about photography, I go to photography. I can click on the picture and I can navigate through it. You can change the order or randomize the order. I don't like this image over here, it's too long, so I click on Edit with Elementor. I click on this element, I click on the images and I remove it. And here at ordering I say random and now it is gone, it looks better. And if I refresh it, you see there's a different order. I will show you how to create a video area like this. Web design, same thing. And then we go to the blog page. I will show you how to create a beautiful blog page. Here's an overview of the recent posts. And here at the left you also see them. And if you click on the title, you go to the blog post. Or if you click on this image. And if I want to change the look and feel of the blog page, I click on Customize. I go to the blog options. And I change it to masonry. And immediately you will see the result. So here we see our blog post. You can change the length of this text, so if I would say show 100, you get more text. I leave it at 55 and there are more options. And if I go to the single post, the enfold theme, I will show you how to add images if you click on it. You can navigate through all the pictures in the website. I'll show you how to highlight words, how to create links, how to put images on different places in the website, how to create headers, how to adjust the sizes, the margins and the paddings. You can go to an older blog post or a newer one, you can leave a reply. And on all the pages you see the footer widgets. If I go to the portfolio, I will show you how to create a beautiful portfolio like this. If you hover over it, you see the title, you can click on it. But I also can say I only want to see the photography projects, or the videography projects, or the web design projects, or I want to show them all. It's a really nice plugin. And if I go to the contact page, I will show you how to create a simple form, some information about your company, and where you are on the map. If I want to change this, I can do it really easily. I click on Edit with Elementor. I click over here, and maybe I want to change the size. So here I go to height, the same height as the form, and then I can go to all the other elements. I can search for image. I can drag it here, above or below. I can click on it. I can search for 30. I want to add this image, insert it, save it. And that's how easy it is to change things on your website. So if you want to learn how to create a website like this with a free theme, free plugins, free images, then stick around because I will show you step by step how you can do that. I will show you how to create this website without spending $1, but if you want to get web hosting, then you need to pay money. Web hosting costs money, but I will also give you the option to create a website on your own computer, and then at the end of this tutorial, you haven't spent $1 and you will have the same result as the website I have just shown you. So I would say, let's get started. So the first thing we want to do, we want to get our website live on our own computer or through web hosting. Right now I will get it through a domain name, web hosting, so I can show you the website I am going to make in this tutorial. If you want to install your WordPress website on your own computer, then please go to minute 14 of this tutorial and I will show you how to get it on your own computer using ServerPress. I go to webhosting124.com and it brings me to HostGator. I host all my websites at HostGator. It's a great web hosting provider. They are cheap, they are reliable, and I can chat with them or call them 24/7 all the days of the year. And if I run a test on my website, I see the websites are very fast, which is very important for me. So in order to get a domain name and web hosting, I click over here on web hosting and I can choose between 3 plans. The business plan we can forget. You pay too much for what you need. We want to choose between the hatchling plan and the baby plan. What is the difference? If you want to create only one website, then you need the hatchling plan. It's for one single domain. If you are planning on making more websites, then I should choose the baby plan. You can have unlimited domains. That means you can create more websites. You pay a little bit more than at the hatchling plan, but you can store all those domains in your website and you only have to pay this price per month. It doesn't matter how many websites you will have. You can always upgrade later, so I start with the hatchling plan. One single domain, one-click installs, a lot of bandwidth, and I sign up now. I click over here. Now I need to enter a domain name. If I say Facebook, enter, it says it's already taken. So you need to have a unique domain name that does not exist yet. So I go for Sydney Elementor, because that are the 2 things I will use. I press enter, and it's still available. And right now it says $15 for a year, but I will show you some discount later. So I scroll down. You can also choose different extensions, .club, .site, but I leave it as .com. If you don't have the .com, but you really want to have this name, then you can choose the .net or the .org. I would not use all the others. If you don't want your information that's connected to the domain to be available, then check this and nobody can see your information. People can see whatever they want, so I uncheck this for me. So people can see my name, my street, my town, and when it's protected, they only see the HostGator contact information. Again, which plan? The hatchling plan. The billing cycle. The longer the billing cycle, the more discount you get. I would like to choose for 6 months and it says you don't get any discount, but I can give you some discount. My username, 30 Corp. A security pin, 1234. I never use it, but it can be when you contact the customer support, they ask for your PIN code to verify it is you. Enter your billing information. All the important information about your website will be sent to this email address. And fill in your first name, company, phone, address, country, like this. And then you can choose your payment type, credit card or PayPal. I choose credit card. I fill in my details. If you have a business, you can say use a business account. In your business name, my name is 30 Corp Media. My registration number. And I scroll down and I go to step 4. and here are some additional services and I don't need them, we can get the same result of protecting our site in WordPress without spending any money. So we have 6 months of web hosting and it costs $80. However, if you use the coupon code 30corp and you validate it and you scroll up and you uncheck this option again, it says you pay only $51.98 for 6 months of web hosting inclusive a domain name, so it gives you at least 30% discount. If you use this coupon code, you get discount, I get a commission, and you don't have to pay extra for this. So it's a win-win-win situation. Thank you for that, because in that way you support me. Then you scroll down. I've read and agreed to the terms of services. Check it and click on checkout now. Get ready, we are setting up your account. So I go to my email account and I should have 2 emails. You should have 2. The first one is the billing information and the second one is your account information. And here's a link to my control panel with my username, my domain and my password. I copy my password, copy. I click on the control panel link and here it says username 30corp and my password I just copied and I paste it and I say login. I need to click a few things away and I click over here and I want to change my password. I click over here, my old password I paste it, and my new password. And I change my password now. So again, my username and now my own password. I log in and I'm there. Over here at popular links, it says WordPress one-click installation. I click over here and here I can select my domain. It is sydneyelementor.com. You can also say /new. So it will be sydneyelementor.com /new and your website will be over there. I just want to leave it in the root directory, so sydneyelementor.com. I click on next and I need to say my blog title. My website is about my services, photography, videography and web design. So I start with that because Google takes a look at the first words in the blog title. So if I say 30korpzoek, people will not search for 30korpzoek when they search for a web designer. They will search for web designer or photography. So I will say photography, vertical line, videography and web design, 30corp media. My username, my first name, my last name and my email address info@30corpmedia.com. Automatically create a new database. By clicking on install import, you accept our terms and services of agreement and I click on install. Right now WordPress will be installed at sydneyelementor.com and there it is. However, if I click on this and I open it in a new tab, the site can't be reached. Why is that? It takes up to 20 minutes before HostGator gets your domain active. So you need to wait for a while and then we can continue creating our amazing website. It is now 15 minutes later and I refresh it again. And yes, our website is online. I can click over here to log in. And I can use my username, 30corp, and my given password. I copy it and I paste it and I log in. I don't need this anymore and I don't need this anymore, so I close them both. And it says welcome to WordPress. In order to install WordPress on your own local computer, go to ServerPress.com. There it is. Click on download. And I scroll down and I go for the free version. And it says here, free add to cart, desktop server limited. You can have 3 websites running on this local server. $0. Filling your details, 30corp media, 30korpzoek. My email address is info@30corpmedia.com. How did you hear about us? Google. And I agree to the terms. I purchase and I'm on a Mac. So I click on Macintosh, the latest version. I click over here and it starts downloading. I show the file in Finder and there it is finished. So I double click, I close this, and it takes a while before it is opened. So there it is. I double click on install, I open it, close this, and I click on continue. Fill in my password of my computer. I accept. New desktop server installation, continue. Please wait a while, files are being copied. Done, you can start desktop server from your application XAMPP folder. Okay, finish. I can go to Finder, Applications, the X of XAMPP, and here it is, desktop server. I double click, close this. Yes, restart desktop server with privileges. Next. I need to fill in my computer password again. Yes, start Apache and MySQL services. Next. Next. Create a new development website, and this is what we want. So I click on next and I say Sydney Elementor.dav.development. Blueprint will be the newest WordPress, and I click on create. And desktop server is now doing all the hard work for us. It's creating a virtual website on our own computer with WordPress. I click on next, and I go to sites over here. And here it is. I can go to the dashboard, to the database, or to the website. I want to go to the website. I click on visit website. And I need to choose my language. I'm going to install WordPress on my local computer. I want to choose English. I continue. My site title again, photography, videography, web design, Verticorp Media. My username, my password. I confirm use of a weak password, and my email address. And I install WordPress. And here it is. Welcome to WordPress. So from this moment on, I will work from my domain name, sydneyelementor.com. I will not use the local server, but you can, and you can follow along all the steps I will take. The first thing I want to do, I want to clean things up. So I say, I don't need help. And you see there's quite a lot of information over here, and I want to clean this up within a few minutes. How can I do that? I go to plugins. I want to start with a clean WordPress website, not with all kinds of pre-installed plugins. So here you see a lot of plugins. I don't need them. So I click over here, left from plugin. So I select everything, and then a bulk action will be deactivate them all. I apply it, and now all plugins are deactivated. So you see it looks a bit cleaner already. I select them again all, bulk actions, delete, apply, yes, and one by one they will be deleted. I go to must use and I say disable. I go to the dashboard and I dismiss this. I close this quick draft. I close this and this one. If I go to my website, I can hold Command and I open it in a new tab when I click. And right now we have one blog post, and if I click on that blog post, you see sydneyelementor.com/index.php, the year, the month, and the title. I really don't like this, just like Google. Google hates this kind of permalinks, so I need to go to the backend and I want to fix that. How can I do that? I go to Settings, Permalinks, and it says here we have a custom structure. I want to change that to post name, so it will look like sydneyelementor.com/sample post. A lot cleaner. I save the changes. I go to the website, and if I click on this text, I go to the home page. And now if I click on Hello World, it looks like Hello World. This is what Google likes and this is what I like. So I leave it like that. I go to the backend, to the dashboard, and we have one post, one page and one comment. It comes with WordPress and I want to delete it. So I click on the post, hello world, and if I hover over it, I can put it in the trash. So I click over here, then I need to go to the trash and I can empty the trash or I can delete it permanently. I click over here and now our blog post is gone. So if I refresh this, it says, oops, that page can be found. I go back to the dashboard. I go to the page. I hover over it and I click on trash. I go to trash and I empty the trash. So if I go to the home page, it looks like this. Nothing found. There are no posts and there are no pages. I go to the backend and right now my name is 30corp. I want to change it, so I click over here on edit my profile, or I go to users, your profile, and you can change the backend if you want to. I leave it as this. I want to put my first name over here and my last name over here. And then here, display name publicity. Right now it's 30corp. So if I write a blog post, it says written by 30corp. And I want to change it to my whole name. So I click over here and it says 30corpus hook. One more thing, I want to create a new password. So I click on generate password and I change it to mine. Confirm use of a weak password and update profile. Now if I log out, I can log in with my username and my own made password. I click on remember me and I log in. I save it. I close this. So it looked like this and now it looks like this. This is the backend of your website. This is what you only will see. This is what the visitors will see. And this is what you will see. Here you can adjust your complete website in the backend. So we have the backend and the front end. What I want to do now, I want to create a few pages. You can do it through the front end. If you're logged in, you see this bar over here. And you can go to the dashboard, to themes, widget menus, or you can customize the theme, or you can create something new. A post, media, a page, or a user. I go for a page, or you go to the backend, to pages, add new, or you click on pages and you click on add new. I click on add new and here we can enter our title of the page. So I say home. I leave it as it is and I just say publish. Now we have created our first page, the home page. And you see sydneyelementor.com/home. Over here I can add a new page. So I go for the second one. And what do we want to show on your website? I think if you have a business or an organization, people want to know who you are. You can offer a lot of things, but if people do not see who you are, maybe then they don't trust the website. So I want to create an about page, about me, about who I am, what I do, why I do what I do, and I publish this. So we have a homepage, we have an about page, but we also want to show people what we have to offer. So I will make a new page. It's called services. I add a new page, clicking this link, and I say services. Publish. I offer 3 services: photography, videography, and web design. So I want to make pages about that. I add new, and I say photography, new page, videography, and a new one, web design. Publish. After services, I want to showcase what I do. So I want to tell people what I do, but I also want to show it to them. So we want to have a portfolio page. I add new, portfolio. Publish. Sometimes I want to write about my business, about what I learned, about what I've been through. So I want to have a blog and blog post. So I click on add new and I create a blog page. I publish it. And when people are convinced, they want to contact me. So I want to have a contact page. I add new, contact, and publish. If I go to the home page, you see no menu at all. We need to create a menu of all the pages we have. How can we do that? I go to the backend, I go to Appearance and Menus. Here's the menu name. I say main_menu. I don't know why, that's the way I like to do it. You can also call it something different. And if you have a name, you can say create the menu. So here's our menu. Here are our most recent pages. You can also watch all the pages. You can search pages. You can also add posts or custom links. And maybe I want to say select them all and add them to the menu. And there they are. You see I have home over here and I have home over here. This is a custom link, but I want to add the page in my menu and not the custom link. How can I delete this? I click on this arrow down and I say remove. What I can do, I can change the order by dragging it. So the home, I want to drag it here above. After that, about, then services, portfolio, and contact. I have a few items I want to show beneath services as a submenu item. How can I do that? I go to photography, I drag it over here, but I go a little bit to the right and you see it snaps over here like that. I drag on below it, videography and web design, and what you see, it becomes a sub item. So it will have a drop down menu. I can save it, but then nothing will happen. We need to assign this menu to a place in our website. Here it says display location, and I can say the top menu. I save the menu. And now if I refresh it, we see our menu over here. And if you hover over services, you see photography, videography, and web design. I really don't like this WordPress theme, so let's take a look at a different WordPress theme. I go to the backend, to appearance, and to themes. Here we have a few WordPress themes, and a WordPress theme is actually a layout of a website. So right now we have 2017. If I would say 2015 and I activate it, the information on our website will stay the same, but if I refresh it, it will be displayed a totally different way. So right now we see the title here at the left, no picture, no menu, and that's how you can change things. So let's take a look at a few different themes. I want to add a new theme. You can take a look over here for a few free themes. For instance, you can preview it over here. Command minus to make it a little bit smaller. This is how it looks like. And if you like it, you can install it. Well, I have a theme in mind that is, in my opinion, the best free theme there is. And it's not here. It is at popular. And it's called Sydney. If you can't find it, maybe you can search it over here. Sydney. And there it is. And I can install it. And I can activate it. And it says this theme recommends the following plugins. So I want to install those. Begin installing plugins. Okay, I click on it. And I click on install. Return to required plugin installer. And I want to install this one. I click on install. Return. And now I need to activate them both. So the first one and the second one. Now, if I refresh the website, it looks like this. A lot better, in my opinion. It does not look how I want it to look yet, but we will work on that. This is the Sydney theme. If you are making this website on your local computer, you haven't spent any dollar yet, you won't spend a dollar. Unless you want to have web hosting, then you need to spend money. But the whole website is made with a free theme and free plugins. And now I want to assign the menu to this theme. So I go to the backend, I go to appearance, menus. We still have our menu, but we need to assign it to the theme. And here we have menu settings, display location. You can also do it over here, manage locations. And our primary menu will have the main menu. I save the changes and I refresh it. And there it is, our menu. If you want to, you can follow along in my tutorial by downloading the images I use in this tutorial. If you want to, go to ferdykorpershoek.com, go to tutorials, how to make a website for free. Click on it. Here it says get local press, get web hosting. Download the images I use in this tutorial. Click on it. And there they go, Enfold 2017. I click on it and I drag it to the desktop. From there I can watch everything. So here for the settings, I have my logo, my fave icon, and I have a lot of pictures. I will show you how to get free images from free websites that you can use for free. This whole WordPress tutorial is based around free stuff. And now I want to customize the Sydney theme. I close this one. I go and click on Customize. And here you see a lot of options. The active theme is the Sydney theme. And I go to General. And that's the first thing. Over here you see quite a gap. And I want to remove that. If I would say 300, you will see this goes down over here. I want this to be 0 pixels. So I say 0, tab. Now it comes closer. Here also 0, so it comes really close. Later you will see why I want to have 0 pixels over here, because otherwise you get a white bar and I don't want it. I go back and I go for the site title, tagline and logo. Right now our site title is okay. Photography, videography and web design. And you have a tagline. And if you don't have a logo, you see the tagline over here. So you can say something about your business. I have a tagline or a slogan, which is you deserve it to be seen. I take pictures of people, I put them in a movie, I make websites. My slogan is you deserve it to be seen. Everybody has something special, everybody has talents, and everybody is unique. So I think you deserve it to be seen. I upload my logo. I select an image and I can drop files from my Finder or I can select files. I click on select files. I go to the desktop to Enfold 2017. I go to the settings and I search for my logo. Here it says Ferdy Korpershoek logo. It's 92 by 82 pixels and I open it. I can optimize the title, Ferdy Korpershoek logo. I can copy the title and paste it in the alt text. That's good for the search engine results. I choose the image. What you will see, it will update real time. So that's really nice. Because I'm on a laptop and my screen is not that big, the theme thinks I'm on a smartphone or on a tablet. So the menu is collapsed like this. If I press Command minus, the theme again thinks that I'm on a normal computer, which I am. But because of this space is too small. So now it looks as I want it to look. So I can work on this. We have a nice logo over here and a site icon. Right now I see a crocodile from HostGator and I want to select my fave icon. I upload files. I select files and it's a fave icon. It needs to be square and it can be 62 by 62 pixels. It can also be 512 by 512 pixels, but the important thing is it needs to be square and it can be a PNG so that this white space will be transparent. Just as this crocodile, behind this crocodile you see the color of Chrome. I open it. I don't need to optimize this. I select it. I don't crop it. And over here you see this, Ferdy Korpershoek. Really nice. I go back. And I go to the header area. And if I want to, I can say save and publish. We can select our header type. Right now, it's a full screen slider. That's really popular of the Sydney theme. If I say I don't want any header, you'll see the slider is gone. I want to have a full screen slider, so I select it. You can also show an image or a video. Then you need to upload the video or link it to YouTube. I will use the full screen slider. And if I go to a different page, I can have an image, but I want to show nothing, only the menu. I go back and I go to the header slider. The slider speed. This is milliseconds, so this means that every 4 seconds the slider will show a different picture. So you can say 1 second and what will happen? It goes really quick, like that. I make it 5 seconds. And you see here, welcome to Sydney. And if you go to the second screen of the slider, it says ready to begin your journey. If you want to show only one text, I can say stop the slider text. So here's welcome to Sydney. And even if you go to the second image, it still shows welcome to Sydney. So for now, I leave it as that. And I want to replace this image. I change the image. I go to upload files. I select files and I go to Enfold, Home, and I select all the files. They're almost all 16 by 9. So that's a nice way to display your screen because a lot of screens are 16 by 9. I select them all again and I say open. As soon as they're uploaded, I optimize them. So I click over here. I remove the dash over here. I copy it. And I paste it at alt text. Same goes for this one. Remove all the dashes. And it can take a while, but it will optimize your website really well. Copy it. Paste it. And what I always do, I always rename my photos. I don't say IMG 001, 002, etc. I say portrait besluits. I only can select one, so I choose for this one. Choose image. Now it looks like this. I rather use dark images because then the white text comes alive better in the picture. And I say Verticorp Media. And here again, photography, videography, web design. I like it. The second slide, change the image to this one. You can change the text and then uncheck this. I leave it as this, but you can do whatever you want to. The third slide, this one. The fourth, the fifth, weddings. We have a call to action button, which is this one. And I say get in contact. That's my call to action. And then I say /contact, or I can say http Sydney elementor.com/contact. I save and publish. And I go back to the header media. And I will not use it, so I can leave this as it is. I go back and I go to the menu style. Press Command minus again, so we see the menu. If I scroll down, you see the menu sticks with us, no matter where we go. But I can also say I want it to be static. What does it mean? It will stay on top. So here it is. If I scroll down, it is gone. I leave it as sticky. Right now it's an inline menu style, but if I say make it centered, then we have the logo on top and the menu below. And if we scroll down, it sticks with us. I like it the way it is with inline. I save it and publish it and I go back. I have to say that I don't like this dark background. So how can I change that? I can use custom CSS over here at the customizations of the theme. If I click here, I can add some code. You don't have to code. I made the code for you. Go to verticorpushoek.com or check the description below. I go to tutorials, how to make a free WordPress website. And here, header white transparent. I copy this code. I place it here at customize and now it is white. You see light transparent. If you want to make it more transparent, then lower this. 0.1 means not much transparency. But also not here. And 0.9 means a lot of transparency. Here you can change the color, so red, green, blue. So if I would say 0 green and 0 blue, then the color changes to red. I like it to be white, so I say 255 and 255, 255. Save and publish, but right now you will see, you don't see the colors anymore. So the block options I will save for later. The fonts also, I will go to the colors for now. I go to general, and if I go to 30corpmedia.com, this is the website I'm trying to copy with a free theme. If I scroll down, I see this blue area. I grab my color picker. It's a Chrome extension. It's called Color Picker. And I have the color code now, and I paste it over here. And you see this color changes now to blue. The body text, this color is 444444, so I change that also to 444444. I save it and I publish it. So it's starting to look better, but I still want to change the colors in our menu. So I go back, I go to the header colors. Menu background is black, but it's overruled by the CSS code. And the site title is white, but we don't use these description because we use our logo. Our top level menu items, we need to change those to the same color, the blue one, or maybe better, I change it to 444444. And when you hover, you will get this blue color. So now they're like that, and if you hover, they become blue. And here's our submenu. That looks great. Submenu background, maybe just white, like that. And then those 444444. I hope I don't go too fast, but now background is white and the color is gray. And if you hover over it, it becomes blue. What you can do, you can change to the tablet view or to the mobile view. If I go to tablet and I click over here, I see the menu, but I don't see that icon. So here it says mobile menu icon. I can change it to 444444. And now I see it, and if I click on it, I see the menu. And I think for a mobile or a tablet menu, this looks fine. You can change the colors, but I leave it as it is. I bring it back to this one, save and publish. And this picture I got for free, and there are a few other pictures. If you want to use free pixels, go to pexels.com and go for city. You can use all these images, free download. And here it says CC0 license, free for personal and commercial use. So even for commercial use, you can use it. No attribution required. So that's amazing. You can use this picture in your background. That is amazing. I've not seen this picture before. I really like it. It's New York. And you can also search for beach. Now you can find all those images. If you click on them, you can see free for personal and commercial use. So I highly recommend Pexels. I close it and you can use it like that. Let's scroll up, go back, and the footer colors, I change this to 444444. I want to keep the whole website in the same style. I don't see the footer widget area yet, so I leave it as this. And the footer background, I change that one to 444444, like that. And the color to white, like that. I think it looks better when I change it to a darker color, near black. So that's what I like. Save and publish, go back and go back. I still skip the block options and now I go to font. I think this is a little bit too small and it can be a little bit more bold. How can I do that? Let's see. The menu items can be 20. And you see it updating immediately. 20 is way too big, but I can say 16. Yeah, like that. It says railway 400, 500, 600. And if I change it to 100, 100, and 100, you see the text becomes very thin. I don't like that. So I can say 700, 800, 900. This is too big in my opinion. So 5, 6, 7. Just play around with the settings. I think this is great. What I also like to do actually is make this capitals. How can I do that? I save and publish. I go back. I go to the menus, press Command 0, and I click on the home, and I can change the label to home in capitals. So I turn on caps lock, and I say about services, photography, videography, web design, blog, portfolio, and contact. And I save the menu. I go to the home page and I go for customize, Command minus. And now it looks like this. And I really like it. You see this color, it's not that visible. So I go back to colors, header, and here's submenu items. The color can be lighter, like that. And it can be even, you know what, make it white. Like that. Save and publish. Go back. And here at fonts, we have the site title, which is over here. And the description, we don't use it. I changed it to 16, but I don't use it, so never mind. And H1 is now very big. I really don't like big titles. I like it to be normal. So I changed all the font sizes to 16. So this is a header 1. I make it 16, 16, 16. All of them can be 16 and the font size 14. Save and publish. Fonts. And I have to say, for a free theme, this is looking quite nice, I think, with free images, our logo, our menu. I think this looks amazing. I think this is enough for now. So I close the customization. And this is our website. Home, about, services, blog, portfolio, contact. What I see at apple.com. If you go to a different page, you cannot click on home again because it is the logo. It is normal these days that the logo is the home page. So I want to remove the home menu item. So I go to the backend menus, press Command 0, and I click over here and I remove it, save it, close these, and open the website in a new tab like this. About. So if I go to about, you see this, and I go back to the logo, and it looks like that. And we scroll down, you see the menu becomes a little bit smaller, and it's a little bit transparent. Really nice. What I want to do next, I want to configure the about page. So I go to about, and I want to make this a professional looking page where I can say something about myself. What I need, I use the Sydney theme, but I want to use a different editor. It's the Elementor editor. It's a free editor, and you can find it at 30corpushook.com. Go to tutorials, how to make a WordPress website for free, and click here on Get Elementor. If you want to, you can watch the video over here. It's a free download. There's also a pro version, but I like the free version. And I can do a lot with the free version, so I click on free download. I don't want to leave my email address, no thanks, I just want to download Elementor. Thanks for downloading. There it goes. I close it, and now I go to the backend, to plugins, and I add a new plugin, our first plugin. I close this, and I can search for plugins over here, but because we downloaded it, I want to upload the plugin from my computer. So I upload the plugin, I choose a file, I go to downloads, and here it is, Elementor 1.4.8. I open it, and I install it now. I activate the plugin, and there it is. We have 2 plugins from Sydney and 1 from Elementor. And now if I go to the front page, to About, I can change this page with Elementor. So I click on Edit the page, and here it says Edit with Elementor. But before I do that, I want to change the template over here to full white, update. And if I click here, I can view the page. I open it in a new tab, holding Command and clicking. And now we have the full white. We have the header. We have our footer. We will change the text later. And I want to use Elementor for this area. So I go to the backend and I say Edit with Elementor. And Elementor is a front page editor. So you see the website over here and I can edit it. And we work with sections and with elements, just as the Enfold theme, which is my favorite theme, but that one costs money. And this tutorial is for the people that want to make it for free. So we use the same things, sections, rows, and elements. So I can add a new section and I can decide how many rows I want to have. And I want to have 2 rows with a large area and a small area. I click on this one and you see it over here. We have 2 rows, and in that row we can add text. So I drag the text editor over here, and then I can start typing my text. I go to 30corpmedia.com. This is a website we have made with the Enfold theme. I go to About Us, and I want to make the same thing as over here. So I copy this text and I paste it over here. And what I see, it's kind of bold. I don't like it. So I save it. And I go over here. And if I click here, I go to the global settings. So for now, I want to go to the global fonts, body text, and I want to change it to Open Sans. And if I click here, you see it changes. And I can make it a normal font instead of really bold. So I click on normal, and now it looks amazing in my opinion. Apply. I go back to the elements, and here's my text. Over here I have an image, and here I can make it round, but I don't have that option in Elementor. So I drag this image over here. I click over here for the image. I upload files, select a file, and here it says Vertikorpshoek rounded. I open it, I optimize it, and I insert the media like that. If I save this and I refresh it, it looks like this. You ain't seen nothing yet. We can make this more beautiful. What I don't like is this about title. So I go to 30corpushoek.com, to tutorials, how to make a website for free. And here, page header entry, display, none. So I select it. I go to Elementor or to About, Customize. I scroll down to the additional CSS, press enter twice, and I paste it. And what you will see now, it is gone. Save and publish. Close it. And I go back to the About, to Elementor. And I want to have a background. So I click over here, I hover over section, and I go to style, and I can add a background to this whole section. So this is a section with 2 rows. And those 2 rows have both one element in it. So this is the section, background type, classic one, and I can add an image. I want to add this one. I also got it from Pexels. And now it looks like this. Before I adjust it, I save it, and I want to view this. It looks like this. I don't like it at all. How can I change this? I go to Elementor, to the layout, and I say stretch the section. So if I press Command minus minus minus, it will now be stretched from the left of the page to the right, no matter how big your screen is, like that, even if it has to repeat itself. You see the content stays beneath the size of the website. If I would say full white, it goes to the full white. I like to keep it boxed. Column gap is this area over here. You can drag this to the left or to the right. And the height, fit to screen. I like that. Like that. Now, the column positions are in the middle. The content position can be in the middle also. So it can go to the middle of all the elements. So this one goes down because this is the middle of the element. And let's see, what else can we do? The position can be in the center of the center. So the background changes. And we can make it scroll or fixed. And if you fix it, you can scroll like that and the background will stay in place. Well, for a free plugin, this is amazing. It makes me really happy. I hope it makes you happy too. But I think this looks really professional, except for this text over here. So no repeat. You can say cover. I like that more because then you see the whole picture instead of a zoomed in picture. So cover, and even if you zoom out, it still covers the background no matter what. So I like to have it fixed and covered. You can have an overlay. For instance, the black color, and then make it transparent or not, like that. Why not? Then the text is a little bit better visible. I can click here one more time and I can go to style. I can align it different. I leave it at the left, and the text color, I can change it to white, and I can save it, and I can refresh it again, and now it looks like this. It looks really nice. I want this text to be bigger. How can I do that? I go to typography, and I can change the size. Yeah, and I see this text is not correct. I use this text for a lot of tutorials, and now I see wife is with an F. Wife. My beautiful wife Anna. I save it. Maybe it's a little bit too big. But as you see, man, the theme is so amazing. You can do a lot of things with it, and also the Elementor plugin. So a combination of those two gives you a lot of possibilities. Wow. Let's create this area over here. It's quite easy to do. I go back to Elements. I scroll down, create a new section, and I want to speed it up a little bit now. Add a new section, one row. Here it is, you almost don't see it. I go to section, stretch section, content is boxed, the style needs a background, classic. I click over here, I grab this image, insert. The position is in the center of the center. The attachment is fixed. No repeat, but the size will be cover. And I go to layout again. The height is fit to screen. And now if I go to elements, I can have a heading over here. I drag it and I can say, you deserve it to be seen. You can have a link. I don't want that. The size is XXL. Alignment in the center. The color will be white. And I want to add quotes to it. Shift, quote. I go back to Elements, Image, and I drag it below. I can choose my image. I upload files, select files, and Fall 2017 settings. And here is the white logo. You almost don't see it. Open it. I leave it as it is for now. Insert media. And there it is. Save. Refresh. And there it is. Girl, you deserve to be seen. The logo. Really nice. One more section. Add a new section. Let's start with one row. Here it is. I go to Elements and I want to have a testimonial element. Let's see if we have that. Here it is, a testimonial. I drag it over here. Again, I will grab this one from over here. I copy it and here's the text. The image, upload files, select files, go to Enfold, About Me, and this one is from Daniel. I open it, Daniel, paste it. Daniel Loyenga, he is a designer, and he says, Ferdy created some amazing pictures of me and my companions. Huge thanks. You also can say, put the image on top. I like that. Alignment at the left, middle, or right. The style. The content color. It's okay in this way, I think. Typography. It can be a little bit bigger. The name can be bigger. The job description can be bigger. You can change everything, which is really nice. Designer. And go to the section. And I want to change the height to minimum of 500 pixels. So it really has its own space. And I save it. And I want to show you something funny. Maybe it's not funny, but it's a nice way to display things. I want to stretch this. I want to add a background. So I go to Style, Classic Background. And let's take this one again. I insert it. Let me configure it really quick. Position, center, center, fixed, no repeat, and cover. And I want to have a background overlay, which is even darker. Like that. I save it. I click over here. And I go to Style, Content Color, White. And also the job description can be white. Like that. Save it. What I want to do now, something new. I click on Section, and over here I can save it. So I save this as testimonial, and I save it, and there it is. I close this, and now I click on Add Template, My Templates, and insert the testimonial area. And there it is. I go to the second testimonial, I copy it, and here's the first one, here's the second one, I paste it. I delete it, I upload a new file. This one is from Eliza. Open. Insert. Eliza Dupont. She is a photographer or an artist. And I save it, but if I go to the section, I now can say, go to style, and now I scroll down and I go to background overlay. And I make this color and make it lighter. So right now, this one is dark and this one is light. Maybe it's a little bit too light. Save it. And now, if I add a new template, my templates, and I insert it again, and I save it, and I refresh the page, you get a nice effect of testimonials. So I scroll down, here's the slogan. Now you see the first testimonial. The background stays the same, but becomes lighter. And in that way, you can have a nice way of displaying things. What I see over here and here below, here you see a white gap, and here you see an overlay, which I don't like. So I go and customize it. I go to Freddy Korpshoek, and here it says no padding. I copy this code. I go to customize, additional CSS, and paste it. And I save it. And I close it. Now this area is gone. That overlapping area is looking nice. I want to add one more thing. I go to the backend, Command 0, add a new section with one row, and let me search for social icons over here. Social icons, I drag it over here and I can configure them. I click over here, it is Facebook, and I say HTTP facebook.com/Freddy Korpshoek. Second one, Twitter, twitter.com/Freddy Korp. The third one, and if I would like to have Instagram, I say http instagram.com/Freddy Korpshoek. But then I need to change this. There are a lot of icons, so I just search for Instagram, and there it is. And the link is this one. I can add a different item. WordPress, for instance. Why not? My own website. freddykorpshoek.com. And I can change the shape to circle or square or rounded. I leave it as circle. And I save it. So this is the About page. I scroll down. You deserve it to be seen. And what I see, it is not aligned in the middle. How can I fix that? I go to the section and I make it a stretched section. Content positions, I want it to be in the middle, so there will be a little bit more spacing. Save it. Refresh. And there's a little bit more space because I have the edit button here because I'm logged in. If I want to have some padding over here, I can click on the section, go to advanced, and I say margin top, 20 pixels. I can remove this link, and here at the bottom I can say 0. Refresh. And this looks fine. What I don't like is this area that you can see through. So I go to customize, I close all the other tabs. I go to additional CSS and I go for 1.0. And now you can see through it. Save and publish. Close it. And now you can see through the menu. I think that looks cleaner. So far so good. Nice logo, nice menu area, about, drop down menu. And if you go to the about page, you see something like this. I think that looks really great. Let's do one more thing. I click over here. I want to add a button over here. So I add it with Elementor. I scroll down and I go for the button element, and here it is. I drag it here below, and often I see that it's a little bit hard to do that. So I drag it here above and then I drag it below. And I can customize it. First I want to say go to testimonials. And I can change the color. Is it a danger? Then it becomes red. I want to leave it at default. The link will be hashtag testimonials in small capitals. I'll show later why. I can bring it to the middle or to the right. I leave it at the left. It can be quite big, large, you know what, medium. And I can have an icon if I want to. I don't want that, so. And now we can style it. So I go to the second tab and I want to change the color to text color, which is white, which it is already. And the background color, I want to make it transparent. So that's interesting. Now I want to have a border. So I say a solid border. And now it looks like this. And that is what I like. If you go to hover, you can change the colors. And I can change it to this color. Maybe float. Save it. I want to view it in a new tab. And if I hover over it, this happens. Quite nice. But if I click on it, nothing happens. The only thing that happens is that you see this over here. So I grab this, I cut it, Command X, and I go to the backend. I scroll down to the first testimonial and I go to the elements. And now if I scroll down, I'm searching for the anchor link, menu anchor. So I drag this over here and I only have to change the ID, remove the hashtag, and that's it. Save it, refresh it, go to testimonials, and here I am. So that's really nice. That's it about the About page. Let's go to the Services page. Before we start creating our Services page, I want to change this text over here. How can we do that? We go to the backend. I close this over here. And I need to go to Appearance, Editor. Then I press Command F and I search for footer.php. Here it is, theme footer. I click on it and it opens over here. Here I can change the text. And right now, if we take a look at our website and I scroll down, I see proudly powered by WordPress. So I need to search for proudly, and there it is. I know quite a bit about coding, but you don't have to understand a lot. I will show you what to do. Here starts a div, a division, which is called site info container. And the div opens and the div closes. So I select all this stuff over here. And I delete it. Remove this one. So here opens the div and here close it. And now I can say Alt-G 2017 vertical rule 30 corp media vertical rule all rights reserved, something like that. I save it over here, I update the file, and if I go to the website, I scroll down, it says 2017 Verticorp Media, all rights reserved. Maybe you want to add a link over here. How can you do that? You can create a new post, go to the text over here and say disclaimer. You know what? Vertical line, space, disclaimer, select it, make a link over here, and it goes to http://sydneyelementor.com/disclaimer. Open it in a new tab, update, and now we have a link over here. Right now I'm at the visual builder. If I go to the text builder, you'll see the text code over here. I copy this text code, I go to Appearance, Editor, I leave the page, and I search, or I go to the theme footer again. Now I search for Verticorp, and now I paste this code over here. Make a space over here, update. I go to the website, and what you will see now, if I scroll down, Verticorp Media, all rights reserved, and now a disclaimer, and it is a link. So if I click here, I go to Sydneyelementor/disclaimer. This page doesn't exist, it was just for illustration purposes, but you can have a link over here. So you can say disclaimer, login, contact, privacy policy, anything you want. Let's go to the services page. I don't know why, maybe it has to do with the word services, but I can't edit this page. I just create a new page and then I later will put it over here. So I will say our services. Full white, publish, and I will use Elementor. I want to start with a nice quote or with a small text based on verticorpmedia.com, and I add a new section with one row, and I go to the section settings, make it stretch, content white boxed, I go to the style, add a background, and I select this one again, insert. If I go to layout, I want to make it at least minimum height to be 300 pixels, like that. I go to the background, I make it fixed, cover, and what I like, the background overlay can even be a gradient. So I click over here, the first color can be black, the second one be pink or blue, so why not? Change it a little bit to the color of our theme. And you can make it transparent or less transparent. I save it. I go to Elements and I drag a heading in it. And I wrote it in capitals, so I paste it like that. No link. Hashtag. The size can be medium or large. In the middle, let's style it. Text color will be white. And typography, I want it to be a little bit less bold. Font family, open sans. And the weight will be normal, like that. Yes, save it. Let's take a look. Nice. And I go to the menu. Select this one, add it to the menu, and drag it over here. I drag those three below it. I remove services, and I change this to services. So the only difference now is that I can edit it, and that when I click on it, services, it is called our services. I think that is fine. What's next? I will show you a little bit more about Elementor, what you can do with it. So I go to the backend, I add a new section, and this time it is 3 columns. 1, 2, 3. And what I want to drag in it is an icon box. I drag it over here, and I can say it's default or stacked or framed. I like stacked. And let me change this. Camera. Nice camera icon. And the title is photography. And I paste it. I can link this to a certain place. I will not do that. And let's take a look at the style. Primary color is the color of the logo. Secondary color is the white. I can change the size. Make it 40. Then I go to the content. Title spacing. 10 pixels is good. Maybe also blue. And the size can be a little bit bigger. 30. Maybe make it capitals. Photography. And make it a little bit smaller again. And 25. And then the description. The color. I think hashtag 444 is great. And maybe a little bit bigger. 16. That looks great. Save it. And now I can duplicate it. So I click on this icon. I drag it over here. I can duplicate it again. And I drag it over here. I added this one first. And I go for something like this for a website. I say web design. I paste it. Save it. Refresh. You see it's not aligned in the center. So let's go to the section settings, stretch it, make it fit to the screen. I go to style, background, and I have a background for this. I go to upload files, select files. I want to go for web design and add this background. You can optimize it. I leave it now for the sake of time. And it looks like this. Position, center, attachment, fixed. No overlay. It's okay like this. And now I click over here on the column. I go to the column and I want to have a background which is white. Same goes over here. The column settings, background, white. And the third one, column, background, white. Save it, refresh. And what you see, they're all connected to each other. I don't like that. Let's take a look at the column and the padding. So I go to advanced and I say margin 5 or 10. But I also want to have some inner space. So I can say 20 or 50. So there's more space around it. 50 is a little bit big, but maybe 20 will do. So 10 and 20. Also over here, 10, 20. And let me see, column settings, advanced, 10, 20. What I want to do now, I want to show a few pictures. I'm a photographer, so I want to show an image carousel over here. I drag it here below. I click on it and I can add a few images. I upload files, select the files. I go to Enfold, Home, Photography, and I select 4 images. I create a new gallery. I can change the order or reverse the order, and I insert them into the gallery. And it looks like this. I don't want that. I want to show one image. So the image size, I say full. Slides to show 1, like that. And I can say I don't want to show arrows. So I say none. I don't need a link. I don't need a caption. I go to Style and I go to Advanced, and everything is fine like it is. I save it and I duplicate it. And I drag this over here to the right and here below. And here again, I change the images. I clear them all. Yes. Add a few different images. Upload files. Select files. I go to Portfolio, Web Design, and I grab all those images. The settings are the same, so I don't need to change them. And create a new gallery. Insert. I don't know what happened here, if it's a glitch or not. I save it and I refresh it, and now it looks like this. I don't know what went wrong, but I can show you a different way of displaying this. If I go to the column settings, I want to remove the background. Same goes for here. Remove it. Remove it. And I want to go to the icon element. And now I want to say background white. And have a margin of 10 and a padding of 20 or 15. Same goes for this one. Advanced 10, 15, background white, and the third one, advanced 10, 15, background and white. I don't think I need no margin, maybe a big padding. Yes, this is what I want. A lot of difference. Sorry. 20. This is what I want. No margin, but a lot of padding. Okay. I need to make this sentence a little bit shorter. Something like that. So now I want to put a video over here. So I go to the elements and here it is, a video. I release it and I don't see it anywhere. So I release it here above again and then I drag it below. You know what? Maybe I can drag this above. I will use a Vimeo video. I go to Enfold 2017, Portfolio, Films, Montana. I click here. I get the link. I copy it. And I place it over here. And there it is. Aspect ratio 16:9. Autoplay, yes. Loop, yes. No title, no portrait, no byline. That's it. I don't like it that you hear the sound. So what I did, I downloaded the video, I removed the sound and I uploaded it again. So if I go to Enfold 2017, Portfolio, Films, Montana, then here you see the link without the sound. I copy it and I paste it. So now it starts playing without sound. I like that. So let's save it and refresh. Now it looks like this. I really like it. I don't like the color of this background, so I change that really quick. Section, style, no background, or you know what? No overlay. Save. So there's a little bit more contrast. Refresh. Yes. So it looks like this. You see a slide over here from the left to the right. I want to change that. I want to make it fade. So slides, additional options, pause on hover, no. The speed, 4 seconds, infinite loop, yes. Effect, fade. And the animation speed can be slow, 15. Save it, do the same over here. Additional options, 4000, fade, 1500. Save it. So, with our free theme, Sydney and Elementor, we have a nice menu, nice text over here, and our services, photography, videography, web design. We can show a few images and we can show a video on autoplay. I want to add a few buttons over here, so let's do that. Go to the backend, to elements, button, default, more information, hashtag, photography. I want it to be in the center. I want it to be small. I can have the same icon, camera, style, text color, white, background color, transparent, and the border, solid, white, like that. More information, you can have a hover or an animation, shrink, save. Now I duplicate it. I drag it over here. Like that, and I duplicate it again. And I bring it over here. I click on this one. This one links to videography. And it should be a video camera. And the third one should link to web design. And it should link to this one. Save it. Refresh. So it looks like that. So I'm going to create a few more sections here below: photography, videography, and web design. And I start with photography. So I go for a new section with 2 rows. And I go to the elements. I go for a text element. And I place some text over here. I press enter 1 time, then I create a new alinea, and now I say photography. I select it and I change it to a header 2. I want to change the color. So I click on the toolbar toggle, and here I can change the text color. Custom. Here's the code. Okay. And below that I want to have a button. So I go to button, I drag it over here or here, and then drag it below. Get in contact. And that one goes to this link over here. Paste it. It can be at the left. I style it. And the background color will be this blue color. Get in contact. So that looks great. And now I go to elements and I want to add a gallery, image gallery, and I drag it here at the right and I want to show a few pictures. So I can add some images, upload files, and I want to select the wedding of Daniel and Leah. I go to Portfolio, Photography, Daniel and Leah. You know what? I select them all. I open them. For the sake of time, I will not optimize them. Create a new gallery. You can change the order or reverse the order. Insert. And there they go. That looks really nice in my opinion. You can change it to show the full size or medium. I like thumbnails. I can decide how many columns I want to have. Maybe 3 or just 4. Link to the media file. And the ordering can be random. I save it. I go to Services. And there it is, Photography. And if I click on the picture, it opens like this. You see when it's uploaded. I don't like that. So how can I fix this? I will add a new plugin. I will go to the backend. I go to plugins, add new, and I go for a simple lightbox. Over 100,000 installs. Install now. Activate it. And I go to the website, to Services, and I click on the photo, and now it opens in the lightbox. I can navigate through all the pictures. I like it, and if I refresh it, you see the order is changed. I don't like this gap over here. Maybe we can change that. Here it looks perfect. So let's see. Maybe we can change it to full. Save it. Refresh it. And now you don't see gaps anymore. And if I refresh it, you see the order is reversed, and depending on the height of the image, it decides when a new row starts. So it looks a little bit weird. So what will I do? I will keep it at full, maybe 3 columns. And I don't want to have it random, but default. I want to change the order so that this image will not create a white gap over here. So I click on one of the images, and this one I drag like that. Insert, and now you see this image is here below. And if I save it and I refresh it, it looks like this. I like it. So here it says photography. I think this is a bit small, so I go to the text over here, I remove it, and I go to heading, I drag it here, and I say photography. No link. The size is big, large, and the style is this color. Save. Now I want to do one more thing in this section. I want to go to Elements, and again I want to use the menu anchor, and I drag it here above, and it's called photography. I save it because at this link I have hashtag photography. If I refresh the page and I scroll down and I click on more information, I should scroll down to this area over here. So that's really nice. I think there can be a little bit more space over here. So I go for the section, advanced, I say margin 50. Save, refresh, yes, like that. Amazing. Let's create a second one, videography. How can I do that? I go to section, click on it, and I duplicate the whole section. So over here, there's another one. And now I want to drag this to the left. I want to drag this to the right. And this one. And this one can be here. I click on this one and I say videography. And watch this. I can drag this now like this. I drag this over here. I rename it. I say videography. I leave the text because I don't want to change it. I drag this over here. Below. So videography, some text. I can remove this element. Yes. And I can say, I go to elements and I want to insert a video. And I go for Vimeo. I paste the link over here. And you see those bars. Maybe we can remove it a little bit, making it 3x2. No, unfortunately, that's not an option. I would like to say autoplay. It looks like this. I don't like those bars. With the enfold theme, you can narrow it down so you don't see the bar. So I grab a different video. And I use this video again without sound. Save it. And what I like to do, I go to the section, stretch it, and I go to the background and I change the color to this one. And then I change this color to white, of course. And this title, I change the color to white. And get in contact, I will change the colors. So the text color will be this one. The background color, this one. And again, the section can have some distance. You know what? I uncheck this and I say 100, 0, 100, 0. Save it. Refresh. Here it is. I click on more information. There it is, videography. Get in contact. Now I want to duplicate this one more time. So I say duplicate. I press command minus, 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 minus. And I try to drag this section here below. Or this section with the arrows over here. So white, blue, white. Command 0. Change this first over here. Save it. Refresh our services page. Nice background with a text. Our 3 services with images, a video. If I click on more information, I go to photography. I can go to the contact page by clicking this link. I click over here and I can navigate through all the pictures. No matter if you zoom in or zoom out, the pictures will stay in the same place. I need to make this full white. I need to stretch this section, by the way. A nice video that's playing by itself. And a text about web design with the images. So that's our services page. If I do command minus, this stays in the enter, this not, neither this one. So I go to the section, stretch the section, and same goes for this section, stretch the section, save it, and that is our services page. Really, really, really nice. So let's take a look at the blog page. I close these for now. And here we have our blog page. Right now you don't see a blog post because we don't have one. And here you have the widgets, the recent comment widget, the archive widget, the category widgets, and we'll take a look into this later. I want to create my first blog post. So I hover over here and I go for a new post. It looks the same as a page, only this is a post. I want to create a blog post about the Enfold theme. The Enfold theme. And what I can do, I can use the visual builder or the text builder. This is HTML code. The page builder that comes with the Sydney theme. But if you go for the page builder, I would like to go for Elementor. For this post, I will use the visual builder. I have a text already. I can paste it here. So here it is. A few alineas. And I want to show you how it works. First, I want to make a category. If you have a blog post, you can make categories. So if you have a lot of blog posts, you can categorize them by creating categories. So right now, we don't have a category. And here at the right, I can click on Add New Category. This is about the Enfold theme. So I can say this is about themes. And I can add the new category. This is a theme that helps me to sell more stuff on the internet. So I can also put it under marketing. Add the new category. And I can also select two of them. And I can also create a subcategory. For instance, WordPress themes. And then I can select a parent category, which is marketing or themes. And I add the new category. And if I publish it, we have the subcategory WordPress themes and themes. And later you will see how that will look on our website. We can also use tags. For instance, WordPress, edit, themes, Enfold, marketing, whatever words that has something to do with the blog post. And we can set a featured image. So I click on this one and I go to upload files, select files. I go to blog, the Enfold theme. And here it is, WordPress Enfold theme. I want to use this one as a featured image. So I open it. I can optimize it and set as featured image. Now if I update it, I close this one and I go to the website to blog. I still don't see that post. Why? I need to go to the backend, to the dashboard, to the settings, reading, and the front page display. If we go to our front page, it shows our latest blog post, the Enfold theme with the text, but I don't want it. I want this to be the home page. So I go to the settings again and I change your latest post on the front page to a static page. The front page will be the home page and the post page will be the blog page. And if I save it, I close this and I go to this page and I click on blog. Now it appears over here with the title, the date, and with the categories. And if I go to the home page by clicking here, I see a static page, no more information. If I go to blog, you see here the recent post, the Enfold theme. So if you click on it, you can see the theme. You still see the sidebar with the widgets. We see the text. We can leave a reply. And now I want to customize it. So I close this. I edit the post. And I want to talk about alineas or paragraphs and headers. Over here there starts a new sentence. What I can do, if I would say enter, you see there's a white space over here. That is because when you press enter in a blog post, it creates a new alinea. So it does not create a new line, but a new alinea. If I would say shift enter, then it starts on a new line, but it is still in the same paragraph. So if I update it and I view the post, you see the Enfold text is still in the same alinea, but this is a new paragraph. So every time you press enter, you start a new paragraph. And what you can do then, you can select that paragraph or click on it, go over here, and you can select a heading, heading 1 until heading 6. So if I would say heading 2, this whole paragraph will become a header. So if I take a look, it looks like this. And that is not what I want to. I want the headers to be over here, easy to configure, the masonry element, and in that way you can bring some order into your post. Because if you have this text, this is not appealing, so people will probably not read this text. So I select this again, I select heading 2, and I change it back to paragraph. And I bring this also back. And this one. And I select this paragraph over here and I create a heading 2. The same I do for the masonry element, heading 2. And if we take a look, it says Ctrl-Alt-2. So if I select this paragraph and I say Ctrl-Alt-2 on the Mac, it becomes a header 2. I update it and I refresh it and it looks a little bit better already. Still, this is a lot of text, so I want to highlight a few words. How can I do that? I go to the backend and I want to highlight words I want to be found on. So the enfold theme, I select it and I can click over here on bold or italic. So again, the enfold theme, I can also say Command B, enfold, Command B. I don't want this too much, so let's take a look at some different words. Avia Layout Editor, Retina Ready, and Responsive. WordPress, Command B. A beautiful masonry. And you can also make a link. So maybe you want to link to the enfold theme, then you select this text over here, click on this link icon, and now I can paste the link http verticorpushook.com/enfold theme /. I can click on the link options, open it in a new tab, or link it to a certain page. I update it, and let's take a look. I update it again and I refresh it. And you don't see a lot of difference. So I go to the customizer, I go to the fonts, and I want to see results immediately. What if I would say 400? The text will be a little bit bigger. I like it. We cannot make the bold text bolder, but what we can do, we can go to additional CSS. So here at CSS, we can change the color and the font weight of the bold text. So I go to verticorpushook.com to tutorials, how to make a WordPress website for free. And here it is, bold text, different color. I copy this code and I paste it here. Let's see what happens. Now you see it is bolder and it is blue. So that's nice. I save and publish. And I close it. And if I scroll down, it looks like this. Really nice. We also had a link over here, the enfold theme. And if you click, you go to the enfold theme in a new tab. So the link is also working. What I see is that the header is quite high. It's closer to this paragraph than to this paragraph. How can I change it? I customize it. I close this and I close this. Additional CSS. So again, I go to verticorpushook, tutorials, how to make a WordPress website for free. I scroll down, H2, margin 0000. I paste it, and now you see it's close to this element. I want to create a little bit more space above the header. So it is TROL, top, right, under, left. So top I say 10 pixels. So it pushes it a little bit above. So if I say 100, it looks like that. That's a little bit too much. How about 20 or 30? But below there can be a little bit more space also here. So TRO or U, I don't know, 10 pixels. or 5 pixels. I think this is great. That looks a lot better than this. We can give it a color. I just copy this strong color. So the H2 will also be blue. And we can make it a little bit bigger, but we can also do that at fonts. So the header 2 can be 18. Like that. Why not? And then I change header 1 also to 18. Save and publish. Close this. Close this. And here it is. I want to add a few images. I edit the post. I want to add media over here. Upload files, select files, and you can upload all the images at once. So here at Enfold, blog, the Enfold theme, I can upload them all. This one I don't need and this one I used already. So I open it. For the sake of time, I want to rename it. So now they are uploaded and I close this. Then I go to the first paragraph and I click on Add Media. I uncheck them all except for this one. I insert it into the post and then I click on it and I can align it to the right like that. I can make it smaller or bigger. I can click over here and I can align it again. I can choose a size and I can link it to the media file itself. Update. So I can select it and I can say I want to align it to the left. Then I go to this title, easy to configure. I place my mouse over here. I click on Add Media and I go for this one. And also here I can align it to the right, change the size, insert it into the post. I think this size is okay. And then we talk about the 2-minute demo setup. I can press enter, add media, select this one and place it in the center, add full size, insert it into the post, and it will automatically align to the center and change the size to the size of the website. And then the full screen slider, same story, edit, click here, center, full size, edit, link it to the media, update, and view the post. And now it looks like this with highlighted colors. Good for Google. If you click over here, you open the lightbox, you can navigate through all the different pictures that link to themselves. And this is our blog post with a free theme. And if I go to the blog overview now, it looks like this. I want to customize it. Now I go to the blog options. And the blog layout right now is classic. But if I change it to masonry, it looks like this. Or full white without a sidebar, it looks like this. So I like to have a masonry grid style. Maybe you want to display the full content. Right now it's just a small text and then you can click here and then you can read along. If you check this, you can see the whole text. I never would use this checkbox with the masonry because then you have a long text. So I would use the full white without a sidebar and then display the whole blog post. So I uncheck this and I check masonry. We can also say full white at single post. So if you click on the link, then you see a full white post. But in the blog post, I want to see the sidebar, so I don't check this. Here we can decide how many words you want to see. So I can also say 20 and then this will decrease. Or you can say 100. And it looks like that. I want to do 55. Right now I see posted on the date, leave a comment. I can hide all that stuff. And I can also hide it on a single post. So if I click over here, then you will not see all the stuff if I check this. And on the post, I do not want to see it. And here I do want to see it. Featured image, check this box to hide the featured image. So it will be gone. Or I can check this box to hide the featured image on a single post. So right now, if I view this, I click over here, it starts with this image. And if I check this, and I save it and I publish it, and I refresh the single post, it is gone. I close this. I want to change one more thing. I think the text is a little bit small. So I go to customize and I want to make it bigger. So I go to fonts. The body font size, I will make it 15. And now it's a little bit bigger. I think this is better. Save and publish and close. Before we take a look at the sidebar and the widget area, I want to create a few more blog posts and fast forward. So we have a little bit more blog posts to work with. So I made a few blog posts and let's take a look. It is a grid and you see if this blog post is shorter, then this one will go up a little bit. I like it. And let's take a look at a few things. Here it says Oasis of the Seas, posted on June the 16th. All those are posted on June the 16th, 2017. I can leave a comment. And here it says, it is posted in uncategorized. I don't like it. So I want to change it. And if I would say, I go to the category private, then I see all the blog posts that are on private. So here, sydneyelementor.com category /private. So in that way, you can navigate really easily to your blog post in WordPress. I go back to the blog and I click on Oasis of the Seas. I want to edit this post. I scroll down and I want to uncheck uncategorized and I want to mark this under photography. So I create a new one, photography, and I add the new category and I update it. And now if I go to the blog page again, now it's in photography. I was engaged on the 26th of October 2014. So if I click over here and I edit the post, I want to change the date this is published. Right now it says published today. I want to change it to October the 26th, 2014. I was engaged around 12:12. Here it is. It was a really nice moment. She said yes. We were both very happy. Update. Go back to the blog page overview. And now Oasis of the Seas is the most recent one. And the latest one is we are engaged on October the 26th, 2014. So you can change the date. Maybe I want to create a post and I want to publish it on a certain date. Maybe June the 18th. So I click over here, edit the post. What I can do, I click on edit over here and I can schedule it. So I can say I want to publish it the 18th of June in 2 days. And then it says schedule. Now if we go to the blog page, it is not there. We have only 4 blog posts right now. And in 2 days it will appear automatically. Really nice. So you can write 10 blog posts in 1 day and then say every week on Friday, I want to post a new one at 12 o'clock. So you can automate your blog post. I put it back to the 12th, 2015. I think it was March. Okay, publish. My honeymoon was in 2015, December, in Cape Town. So I say December the 4th, 2015. This was in the morning. I can change the time. I say okay, update. And in that way you can change the order of your blog posts. If I go to a blog post, for instance, the envelope theme, I see here at the right a sidebar with a search widget, recent post widget, recent comments, and I want to change this. How can I do that? I go to the Backend, Widgets, I hold Command, so I go to Widgets in a new tab. I drag it here, and here we have the sidebar. On all the pages in the website that have a sidebar, these widgets will appear. I click on them and I can delete them. I leave this one, I delete this one, and all the other ones. Over here we have different widgets and you can add them to your sidebar area. And you see, Sydney itself also has a few widgets that you can use. Here's a simple text area, a video. And I want to add a better recent post widget. Right now, if I refresh it, you see recent post, but I like to see a picture. So I go to the backend, I go to plugins, add new. And over here I click and I search for recent post widget with thumbnails. And I also take a look at the amount of downloads, the rate, and the latest update. 4 months, that's still okay. From Martin Stel. I install it now. I activate it. So now if I go back to Appearance, Widgets, it should appear somewhere over here. So let me see. Here it is, recent post with thumbnails. I can click on it. I can select the footer or the sidebar, or I can drag it in here. I like this way. Add it to the sidebar, and I want to say recent posts. Number to show 5. Open post in a new window, no. Show post in random order. Do not list the current post, I like that. So you see only 4. And what do I want to show? I want to show the post date. No excerpt. I think this is all great. You can choose categories, display the featured image. Maybe I want it to be 40 by 40, the image. Otherwise it will be too big. I save it and I refresh it. And there it is, recent post. I like it. So now I can go back to the widgets and I can go to the recent post and I can delete this one. Now we have the recent post with widgets. So I refresh and it looks like that. Really nice. So if we go to blog one more time and we click on customize, I close this, click on command minus one time so I see the menu. If I click a few more times, you see there are more blog posts over here. I can go to the blog options and one more time I can say classic blog layout. And it looks like this. Or the full white without a sidebar. Then it looks like this. And I want to leave it at classic. Nice overview. You can click on the title and read more. And here you see the recent posts. Command 0. Save and publish. And that's how you can work with the blog page and blog post. Now let's go to the portfolio page. Here we have our portfolio. We have a sidebar and it shows our latest posts. I can edit the page and I can say I want to display at the template a full white page. Update. View the page again. And now this is how it looks. I want to create a beautiful portfolio where you can showcase the service or the product you offer. In order to get it, go to 30corpushook.com, go to tutorials, how to make a WordPress website for free. And at the downloads, here we see the Sydney portfolio plugin. It's downloaded 50,000 times already, probably more when you see this. And here it is, the download button. I click on it and it is downloading right now. I go to my website, to the backend. I go to plugins, add new, upload plugin, choose a file. I go to downloads and here it is, the Sydney portfolio, only 15 kilobytes. What you can do with it is amazing. I open it and I install it now. I activate the plugin And now we can go back to our page, our portfolio page. So I go to portfolio, edit this page. And this time, for the first time, I will use the page builder that comes with the Sydney theme. I click on it. And I don't want to go too much into this. I just want to show you how to create a beautiful portfolio page. I want to add a widget. I click on add widget and I can search for port. And there it is, Sydney portfolio. Display your project in a grid. I update it. And I view the page. And you see nothing because we don't have a portfolio item yet. I hover over new and I go to projects. So we are going to create our first project. And the first project is a photography project, a wedding, Daniel and Leah. I can use Elementor, but I don't see it. So I publish it for now. And I go to Elementor, settings, and I add post types, projects, save the changes. Now I go to projects, wedding, Daniel and Leah, and I can add it with Elementor. Why not? So I can add a new section, this one, and I want to go for a gallery, image gallery. I drag it over here and I add the images. I have them already probably from this one until this one. I create a gallery, insert it, and you know what? Image size full, columns 4, and everything is okay. I close it and I view the page. So it looks like that. I want to change it, click on it. I want to change it to 3 columns, save it. I want to edit the project, close this one. And I want to add a new category, portfolio, photography. And I want to add a featured image. Those are important in the portfolio area. And I like this one. Set featured image, update. And now if we go to the portfolio page, we have our first item. I think it's a little bit small. I'll take a look into this later. I will create my second one. So I hover over new, projects. It's a newborn shoot. This time I don't want to use Elementor and I want to add media. I upload files, select the files, and I go to portfolio, photography, and I select all these, open them, and I insert them all into the post. I select portfolio, photography. I set a featured image, which is this one. And maybe you think, what is this? It's the text editor right now instead of the visual editor. So right now it looks like this. I can publish it. I refresh it, and here comes the second. Now I want to add a video portfolio item. So I go for my third project and I say Montana Zienthus. I add portfolio videography, publish. I set a featured image, this one, update. I edit it with Elementor because I want to have the video element. I add a new section and I go for the video. It's Vimeo. Paste the link, 16:9. I want to autoplay it and I don't want to show this. Save it. And I close it. And it starts by itself. If I go to portfolio, we have 3 already. So what I want to do now, I want to create one more project and then I want to configure the portfolio plugin. So I click on new project and I go for the console of my sluis. Portfolio, web design. I add this category. I set a featured image, upload files, select the file. And I go to web design, console my sluis. Set featured image. I publish it. I edit it with Elementor. Add a new section, one-on-one section, an image. I select the same image. No captions, but I want to link it to the real URL. So I can say http console.nl. Then I go to style, hover animation. I don't know what it is. I say Bob. Save it. View it. And this is Bob. Now I can click on it and I go to the website. I go to portfolio. I click on edit page. And I click over here on edit. I can have a title. I don't want that. I can put a title above it. The number of projects to show, -1 means show all the projects. And you can also say 4 or 5 or 20. You can have the slugs. For instance, you only want to show a few categories. So for instance, I can say portfolio photography, portfolio videography, and portfolio web design. It will give a really nice animation. I can show the project title. I don't want to do that. And here I can go to attributes, which is all fine. Layout and design. And here at design, I can change the background. I can make it an image. Content alignment in the center. And I say done, update. And I want to view the page. And now we have 3 categories, which I like very much. Now I can select portfolio photography, portfolio videography, and portfolio web design, or show them all. I still want this to be bigger. So let me see how I can do that. I can click here on edit, but I also can edit this row, edit row. And if I go to layout, I can go to row layout and I can select full white stretched. Done, update, refresh, and now they are a bit bigger. You can place some text over here, so let's do that. Edit, show project title, done, update, refresh. And now you see Montana, Council and Sluis. If I click on it, I go to that portfolio item, and maybe I want to show an overview of the portfolio items over here. So let's do that. I go to the backend, to appearance, widgets, and then I scroll down to Sydney portfolio. In the sidebar, add the widget, latest projects. Now I want to show all of them, or maybe 9. I can have the slugs, I don't want that. Show navigation filter, no. No project title, and I save it. I refresh it. And here they are, our latest projects. Very small, but it's a nice way to display your latest projects. So I can click here and then I go to the video that starts automatically. And from there I also can go to a blog post. So if I go to portfolio again, I want to add a few more so I can show you how it looks. So right now it looks like this. Really nice. I can hover over it. I can see the title. I can click on it. And in that way I can showcase my portfolio. I want to change a few things. There's a gap over here. I don't want that. So I edit the page in a new tab. I drag it to the left. And maybe I can change it. So I click over here, edit row. And I go to layout, top and bottom padding, 0 pixels. Done. Update. Refresh. That's better. There are 5 columns now, and if I press command minus, 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 there still will be 5 in a row. I want to change it. I want to press command 0, and I'm going to customize it first. I go to the backend, the row settings. I hover over here, edit row. I go to layout. I scroll down, and it says full white stretched. And I want to say make it full white. Done. Update. Refresh. I want to change these 5 columns to 3. So I customize it. I go to 30corpushook.com, to tutorials, how to make a WordPress website for free. And I grab this code over here, copy it, and I go to the additional CSS. I paste it over here. I save it and I publish it. I close it. And now it looks like this. 3 columns. And for a free theme, I think this is amazing. And if I say photography, it shows all the photography projects, videography, and web design. And if I say show all, it shows all. One last thing, I edit the page. I click on edit and I remove it over here. Done. Update. View the page. And now it looks like this. I go to the backend. I go to projects, all projects. I close these for now. Go to quick edit and change them from whatever they are to web design. This one is a promo, videography. This one is a website. So I go to web design again. So now it looks like this, really beautiful. And if I say photography, I see all the photography projects. If I click on videography, I see all the videography projects. And if I click on web design, it looks like this, or show all. So that's how it works with the portfolio page. Since we have created our blog posts and our portfolio posts, I want to take a look at widgets over here. So I customize the page. And I go to the footer and I can select the amount of widgets I want to have. I want to select 4. Widgets are at the blog post at the right, but you also can have footer widgets. I save it and I publish it. I close it. And I go to the backend to widgets. We have now 4 footer widget areas and I want to go to plugins. So I add a new plugin. I want to add a Instagram plugin. It's called Instagram Widget. And it's the first one, over 10,000 installs. Install now and activate it. I go to Appearance, Widgets. And here it is, Instagram Widgets. For the footer one, add the widget. And title is Follow Us. Number of images, 9. Desired number of images per row, 3. Let me see. I think this should be 25 maybe. Not much spacing, 1 pixel. Display view on Instagram button. Yes, view on Instagram. Save it. And it says you need to configure the plugin settings. I click over here. Settings page. We need to create an access token. Connect with Instagram. So I go back to my website, Sydney, Elementor, Backend, plugins, Instagram settings. The access token is this one. I copy it, I paste it, and I save the changes. And now if I take a look, here we see a few pictures, but I don't like the way this is displayed. So let's take a look at appearance and widgets. I can close this now. Footer 1. Let's see. What if I change this to 120 and this to 10? Save it, refresh. And now it looks like this. That looks amazing. Maybe I can bring this back, save it, and refresh. That looks amazing. Now we are going to create a Facebook like box. So I go to the backend, to plugins, add new, and I will search for Facebook by WebLizard. Here it is, Facebook by WebLizard. More than 60,000 active installs. Install now. I go to my Facebook page. I copy it. I close it. I activate it. And I go to Appearance, Widgets, Facebook by WebLizard, Footer 2, like us on Facebook. My URL, show faces, yes, show live stream, no. Save it and refresh. And that's how easy it is. Now let's go to the third one, which is the blog posts. I go to widgets, and here it says recent post with thumbnails. Footer 3, we installed it already. And I say recent posts. I want to show 5. And I show the date. That's it. I save it and I refresh it. And this is too big, so I want to make it smaller. So let me see. 45, 45. Save it. Refresh it. And that's better. And then the latest one. Latest project, something like this. So let me see. Sydney, portfolio, Footer 4, add the widget. Latest projects. Show 9. Show no navigation and save it. And let's see what happens. Refresh it. And now it looks like this. So we have the Instagram widget, we have the Facebook widget, the recent post widget, and the latest project widget. And we have our footer over here. So that looks really nice. And now we will take a look at the contact page. I edit the page. I close this. I close this. And over here I can say template full white. I update it and I take a look. And it looks like that. Then I go to the backend and I edit it with Elementor. We have no sidebar. I add a new section which has 2 columns. And I want to start with a simple text. So text editor here at the right. I want to say something about my company. I say 30 Corp Media. I say enter. My address. Some information about my website. My email address. My phone number. And then I can select this. Make it a link over here. http 30corpushoek.com. Open it in a new tab. Over here I can select this, make a link, and this is automatically mailed to. Enter. So that's okay. I can select this and make it paragraph or heading 3. Save it. And maybe I want to add a new section, one-on-one. I go back over here and I want to add Google Maps. So over here, I say Jan Luyken Street 36, for instance. That's where I live. There it is. I can zoom more. You can change the height. Prevent scrolling. Yes. Advanced. I think this will okay. Save it. Then I go to contact. I go to the backend. I will add a new plugin, which is contact form. Add new. Contact form 7. Enter. Install it and activate it if you have not done so already. Then go to the contact tab. Copy the shortcode. And over here I go back to all the elements, text editor. I paste this code. I save it. I view the page. And now it looks like this. Contact form. You can send it. Some information about where I live and more information. Let's edit this with Elementor. I go to the section and I make it stretched. Content wide. Boxed. Column gaps. Okay. Content position in the middle. Or top. Save it. Let's take a look. And we can do one more thing. We can make a new column with 3 sections. I drag this one in the right one. I drag this one in the middle one. And I drag this one in the left one. This one I want to close. Just like this one. And then I can say section, stretch, save, view the page. And you see this is not okay. So I can drag this like this, save it, refresh it, and then it looks like that. So I can drag it back a little bit, save it, refresh it, and that's it. So we've created all these things. Now we need to go to the home page. We have the slider already, and below we have a sidebar. I don't want it, so I edit the page. I will have the template full white, update, and I will use Elementor. And if we scroll down, we can add a template. And if I save this and I view the page, this is how our homepage looks like. Quite nice for a free theme with a free plugin. It's not in the middle, but we can fix that. But I don't want to use this, but I just wanted to show you what is possible. You can add templates. So I will get rid of this, and I want to add a template again, but this time my own template. And it's the testimonial template. I don't want that. But what I want to do, I want to go to the services page, and this area I want to show again on the home page. How can I do that? I edit this with Elementor, and I go to the section and I click on the save icon, and I call this services. I save it, I close it, I close this, and now I go to add template, my templates, and here it is, services. I can preview it, or I can insert it, and there it is. So that's really nice. I want to add a new section, a one-on-one section. I want to add a title, and I say latest or recent project, no link, size large. In the middle, I want to change the color to this one. Typography, I want to show it as a normal weight. I put this to 300, something like that. Make it bigger. Save it. Go back to Elements, and I scroll down, and I search for Sydney portfolio. Here it is, the latest one. I drag it over here, and there it is. And I only want to show 6. No title, we have it already. No navigation, and I want to show the title. Save it, and let's view it. So we have our slider, we have this area, there's no gap, which is amazing. That's what we did in the beginning when we went to customize, general, and we made this 0. This beautiful area, recent projects, you see it's not in the middle, so I go to the section and make it a stretched section. I go back to the elements, to a spacer, I drag it here above, and I say, you know what, make it 60. Save it, refresh, recent projects. It's in the middle now. I also want to have some space below the title, so I can duplicate this one, drag it below, or drag this one above, change this one to 20. And then I want to do one more thing. I go to the section, I go to advanced, and here I can have an animation. So I can say zoom in or bounce in. Let's say slide in up. And if I save it and I refresh it, And if I scroll down, you see it slides up like that. I like it. I want to duplicate this area. So I go to the section, I say duplicate, and there it is. Here I want to say recent posts. I hover over here and I click on remove, delete, and I search for Sydney latest news. So I have to scroll down all the way, and here it is, Sydney latest news. I drag it over here, and there it is. I can show a title, but I have one already. I can enter a slug, so for a special category, or I can add a text at the bottom. I like it. I save it. And I view it. Recent post. Really beautiful. I don't like it that there are two white areas below each other. So what I can do, I want to create one more thing. A new section. Add a new section. One column. I press Command minus minus minus. I want to drag it above. Click on it. Press Command 0. I want to make it stretched. Minimum height of 250. I go to the style, background, and I want to use this background. I already uploaded it. You can find it in the folder. I insert the media. It will be fixed. It will cover the picture. And I want to go to background overlay. And I go for the color of the website. This one. I go to elements, heading, and I say photography, videography, and web design. No link. The size will be XL. In the center, I go to the style. Text color will be white. And I save it. I refresh it. And here you see it. Photography, videography, and web design with a nice image on the background. Below that, the recent post. So this is our homepage. If I go one more time to our website, and this is our website we have made without any paid plugin or theme. Here we have a nice menu with a logo, sub-menu, call to action with a nice slider, some information about my company, the 3 services I offer with images, a video, and more images. I can click on the links to go to those pages over here. Our recent projects, you can hover over it and go to that page. And if you hover over it, you see the title of that project. A nice text over here with a beautiful background that is fixed. Our recent post, you can click on it and you go to it. And here are our footer widgets, Instagram, Facebook, recent post, and latest projects. I can click over here and I can go to the About page. A beautiful page with information about myself with an anchor button. If you click on it, you go down. A nice parallax background. A title with our link. Some testimonials. If we go to services, we have again our overview of our services with some text over here. If you click on it, you go to that place for more information. A nice way of displaying your images with a gallery also here, and if you click on it, you can navigate through all the pictures. We have our blog page, where I showed you how to display your blog post in different kind of ways. We can go to an individual blog post. I showed you how to optimize this, how to add images. If you click on the image, you can navigate through all the images in the blog post. You can leave a reply. You can go to the next blog post or the latest one. Here we have a sidebar with recent posts and with latest projects. We can go to our portfolio page. We can categorize it by photography, videography, and web design. And we can go to the contact page. And there I show you how to create a contact form, some information about yourself, and a Google Maps widget. So that's what we made. I hope you like it. Please like this video and subscribe for more upcoming videos. If you want to see more about SEO, about email marketing and other things, then please check my channel or watch these videos that will come up into the screen. My name is Freddy Korpshoek and I will see you next time. Bye bye.